sisters drowned. Her clothes spread wide and mermaid-like, while they bore her up. Which time she chanted snatches of old tunes as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native and endued unto that element. But long it could not be, till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas, then, she is drowned.
Drowned.
In the criminal justice system,
Murder.
cases are considered especially heinous.
Palace of Elsinore.
The dedicated detectives who investigate these
Shady.
felonies are members of an elite squad known as the
Royal Investigation Patrol.
These are their stories.
So can you tell me where Ophelia died? This is where Ophelia died. Then what happened?
Clambering to hang, an envious silver, broke when down her weedy trophies and herself, fell in the weeping brook, her clothes spread wide, and mermaid-like while they bore her up, as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native and endued upon that element, but long it not be, till her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to a muddy death. Does anyone else know of Ophelia's death? I've told the king and Laertes.
With a new trail to follow, the two detectives set off to talk to the king and Laertes, in hopes that they will help and to shine some light on who this Ophelia is.
Can you tell me about Ophelia?
Ever since Ophelia's father has died, she's never been the same. Her grief was what drove her to the extremes, and what eventually ended up taking her life.
So Laertes, can you tell me about your sister Ophelia?
Oh, dear sister Ophelia, how could this happen? That too, so soon after her father's death. She was so sweet, so pure. Oh, pretty Ophelia, how could this happen? I hated it so much to see her mental health distress.
Finally finished with gathering all their evidence, the detectives returned to headquarters to discuss on what they've collected.
So we have all these individual pieces. I think maybe we should try and put them together and figure out what happened.
Okay, let's start with Ophelia. So, who exactly is Ophelia? Did the king tell you anything?
Well, when I interviewed the king, he said that grief drove Ophelia to the extremes. I feel like this grief really made Ophelia not able to think straight, and she was really incapable of reason because of this grief. And I feel like a lot of this grief was caused by her father's death. Like, she wasn't always sad and depressed. Did her brother tell you anything about her past?
Laertes. He's very protective of his little sister. From what he describes to me, she was someone so pure and innocent. It makes me doubt that she was able to commit something like this. I'm beginning to think that there's more to this case than what it leads on.
So what I'm getting from Laertes and the king isn't really actually helping us with the actual death. Maybe we should look at what the queen is saying to get more information, but we don't have her actual words.
Well,
I wish we did.
Well, we're in luck. Look what an analyst just brought in.
Oh my gosh.
The queen's actual words, transcribed for us for our viewing purposes. So